Well, good morning. I'm Jaginder Rana. So the topic of the day is liability insurance covers in India. Liability insurance covers in India. Liability insurance protects businesses against financial liabilities resulting from injuries to any person or property damage. It provides coverage for any legal cost or debt that the responsible party is found guilty of. However, this policy does not cover claims for international damages, criminal prosecutions, and contractual liabilities. Liabilities insurance offers financial coverage to individuals and organizations based on the type of business or company you own or operate. You will need to get different types of liability insurance policies to ensure adequate financial and legal coverage from liabilities. Like individuals, companies and organizations must also be insured against emergencies and perils. So this is because events like natural disasters, fires and accidents can result in injuries to people or property, which can bring about legal and financial liabilities to business owners. So this is where liability insurance comes in. This type of business insurance policy covers businesses owners or unexpected financial losses due to these events. Moreover, different types of liability insurance policies cover different liabilities, which one has to understand. A liability insurance is a type of insurance product that offers financial coverage against claims arising from injuries and damages to other people or property. These insurance policies are bought by anyone who owns a business, practices medicines or law, or drives a vehicle. In other words, anyone that can be used for causing damages or injuries to a third party, individual or property. A liability policy protects both the insured and the third party. And you can also get different types of liability insurance coverages based on your needs. So as far as types of liability insurance policies are concerned, the most popular one is today commercial liability insurance policy. This commercial liability insurance covers claims arising out of the personal injuries, advertising or property damage from the business premises and operations, products and completed operations. For example, when a customer visits a company and gets injured on their premises, so the commercial liability insurance policy taken by the company will pay for the medical expenses of the customer. Simply put, this is a standard commercial general liability policy and is also known as a comprehensive general liability insurance. This type of business insurance also covers lawsuits arising from injury to employees and the public, property damage caused by an employee, injuries caused by employee negligence. Some general liability insurance will also cover infringement on intellectual property, libel, cylinder, contractual liabilities, tenant liabilities, and employment practices liabilities. Then the other one is directors and officers liability insurance. This type of liability insurance coverage protects directors and officers of large companies against legal liabilities and costs from unlawful acts, erroneous investment decisions, failure to maintain property, releasing confidential information, hiring and firing decisions, conflict of interest, gross negligence. So most directors and officers insurance coverage excludes coverage for fraud or other criminal acts. Moreover, the insurance claims for this policy can be made by employees, suppliers, competitors, regulators, customers, shareholders, and other stakeholders. For example, an employee fired due to cost-cutting measures files a lawsuit claiming the director has always discriminated against them based on nationality. So further investigations of this claim made it clear they were fired as a cost-cutting measure. And the D&O insurance policy protected the directors and officers against the claim made by the employee. The next popular product is professional indemnity insurance. So this type of liability insurance covers businesses and business professionals who provide advice or services to clients. Professionals like engineers, architects, lawyers, doctors, and medical practitioners can opt for this liability coverage. It covers compensation claims when the business is sued for professional errors, negligence, or omissions. For example, a patient taking legal action against a hospital for a surgical error made by the doctor will be compensated for their medical negligence claim by the hospital's professional indemnity insurance. The current one is cyber risk insurance. So the liability coverage helps organizations and SMEs, means small and medium enterprises, cover against property loss due to the electronic activity and the business is involved in it. It helps compensate for the risk involved in recovery after a security breach. So for example, a security breach at an IT firm resulted in customers' identities being leaked. In this case, the company's cyber risk insurance will help settle any customer's claim arising from this incident. The next one is commercial crime insurance. This type of SME insurance policy is used to cover third-party fraud and employees' dishonesty. It protects businesses against employees' dishonesty, theft of money or property, burglary, robbery, forgery, cybercrime. For example, the monetary value or cost of inventory stock from a company lost due to robbery can be compensated under commercial crime insurance. The next one is carrier's legal liability insurance. This type of liability insurance policy covers the damage or loss of goods during transit. The loss can be due to fires or the vehicles carrying the goods being involved in an accident, and the loss is only covered when the goods are still in the insured's custody. The other one is product liability insurance. The business insurance policy will cover property damage or personal injuries incurred by the insured company's product or services. So this liability coverage is required for companies that produce tobacco or are part of industry like chemicals, foods, medical products, etc. For example, a claim arising from a defective product that caused bodily harm to the customer will be compensated using the company's product liability insurance. The next is trade credit insurance. So this type of liability insurance coverage helps protect business owners' accounts from loss due to credit risk like bankruptcy, insolvency, etc. For example, the risk of a company being unable to pay back your business for a service or product due to a loss of business can be covered with a trade credit insurance policy. Liability insurance safeguards a business from significant losses due to personal injury or property damage. Different types of liability insurance can be used to cater to specific business requirements. Hence, getting SME insurance should be your number of priority if you are a business owner. This way, you and your company stay covered in case of any unexpected events covers. So, in today's litigious environment, individuals and businesses confront the constant threats of legal actions and claims filed against them. So, whether it's a slip and fall accident on business premises or a customer alleging property damage caused by a faulty product, the dread of financial liabilities is ever present. So such liabilities can swiftly escalate into expensive legal battles without adequate protection, causing substantial financial strain and reputational harm to all parties involved. But to reduce these risks and ensure financial stability, the adoption of liability insurance becomes imperative. This specialized insurance coverage acts as a safety net for individuals and businesses. It provides financial security against claims of bodily injury, property damage, and legal expenses, safeguarding their assets and reputation amidst adversity. The liability insurance is covered under general insurance policies. The scope of liability insurance in India is defined by the Public Liability Insurance Act 1991. Normal inclusions in liability insurance policy is financial expenses incurred due to lawsuits filed against the insured, expenses incurred during investigations and settlements, financial coverage for the fees of investigating officer or hired lawyer after being sued by a third party, medical expenses incurred after an accident on the insured person's premises that led to a third party claims, medical expenses incurred after an accident from any of the insured person's product or during official operations, any loss or damage caused to the third party's property while visiting the office of the insured person. And the normal exclusions in liability insurance are willful misconduct and intentional damages, loss or damage incurred as a result of natural disasters such as cyclones, volcanic eruptions, flood, storm, earthquake, or windstorms, loss in the market and loss of goodwill, libel and surrender, expenses coming out of wrongful eviction, defamation and false arrest, infringement of parents' copyright, trademark, trade names, etc., fines and penalties, transportation of dangerous substances and material, unless opted for a separate kind of coverage, loss or damage caused due to war, nuclear war. So there are different types of liability insurance policies that are available in India. Some of the most common liability insurance policies are public liability cover, professional indemnity cover, director and officers liability cover, errors and omissions insurance, employers liability insurance, third party liability insurance, cyber insurance, and commercial general liability insurance. So the liability insurance coverage is designed for companies or individuals who are held legally liable for injuries or other issues mentioned above. This type of insurance policy is most suitable for doctors, hospitals, business owners, etc. For instance, if a product manufacturing company sells an item that unintentionally caused loss or damage to a customer, the consumer may file a lawsuit against the manufacturer. However, if the manufacturer company has obtained a liability insurance policy, the insurer will cover the resulting loss or legal expenses, provided the damage was unintentional. This coverage offers financial security to businesses facing legal claims or lawsuits arising from unintended incidents, ensuring their assets are protected. The insurance company considers different factors before deciding the premium amount for a liability insurance policy taken by an individual or a company. The first and foremost factor that affects a policy's premium is the amount of risk a company's product can cause. So the higher the risk, the higher the premium amount will be. Other factors are considered by an insurance company include the claim history of the insured, the approach of the company towards the risk, and the business record of the company. So this is all about the liability insurance. Thank you very much.